So, happy May. It's May 2nd today. 522-022-24. So anyway, this book does not show. Oh wait, there it is. There it is. Chiron. Chiron is something that I feel. Oh my God, I can't believe it's in the dictionary here. No, it's in the ephemeris. So I'm gonna look and see. See, I have a feeling that I have Chiron on my ascendant when I was born. Chiron is the wounded warrior, and Chiron is now in Aries, and Chiron um, and Mercury in Aries that has been going back and forth over Chiron because it's gone retrograde, Mercury in Aries, and so it's going to hit Chiron for the third time. See, okay, so now let me look. In May, Chiron is at 20 degrees. Wow, look at that, it's right there. Chiron. Do you see Chiron right there? Chiron. It looks like a key. I'm just so excited about that being an Aries rising, showing you like this. I kind of thought that, and I re-looked at it. I wasn't interested in Chiron before when I did astrology, but you should be. It's something that's very profound. That's why it's in here. And so I'm going to look at it. I can do a drum roll and go get the other ephemeris that has, it's a bigger ephemeris that goes from 1900 to 2000. This one right here, which is a part, goes from 2000 to 2050. But anyway, that other one is thick, right? And it has everybody's birthday that I ever marked down. The second one I had, anyway, these are living books right here. These, if there ever is a living book, these are it. They are just ongoing. We're going all the way to a place where no man has gone. I mean, where I won't be alive. Maybe. I mean, what's going to be happening in the year 2036? But we kind of have an intuitive bandwidth about this. I'm reaching into the bandwidths of, really, it's interstellar, it's freaking intergalactic. Some of us are, and we're beginning to look at this. This is part of knowing our light body, and like, well, we don't die, like maybe this is our spacesuit, and like this planet, we were made here to come, anyway. No, this is a very organic but not random technology, probably. I mean, we have creators in outer space, basically. Believe it or not, huh? So getting back to Chiron, oh my God, I'm so excited that we can find it here because look, Mercury is going to be conjuncting Chiron. Let's see, okay, oh gosh, where am I? It's already been doing this. See, now it's going to do it for the last time, for the third time, coming up in May 6th. It starts, and then it goes on to the I'm sorry, yeah, 7th, Monday, Tuesday of upcoming here, and that's a time of communicating with our wounds, as we have a warrior within us, wherever we find this Chiron sitting in our house, whatever house it sits in. I imagine that's where we are working on wounded issues, I guess. So like if it's in your 7th house, you have wounded issues over um, your relationships, big time. Needs to be looked into. See that it's a healer there. There's a wounded healer there. Awakening, perhaps, has to. And so this impacts your relationship. So like if it's in your house of career, 10th house, that, you just have to find out what time of day you're born. You just apply the same concept as how that you are brushing up. It's a time of communicating with these wounds. Really, that's a healer there. Chiron, there's a story about Chiron. It's called The Wounded Healer. Sorry about that I'm misinformed about it, but no, I think I feel it naturally. In fact, I am so curious to find out. Okay, I'm gonna edit this. I tried this once before, but it didn't work because my chickens called me. But now I'm just gonna go get the ephemeris, and I'll be right back. And when you see me, you won't even know how long it took for me to find my ephemeris. But I'm going to, drum roll, we're going to see, where is my Chiron? The trick is to remember what day you were born. This is the bigger ephemeris. It's a living ephemeris, babes. Come on. You have it for how long? 30 years? Of course, the cover is going to come off of it. Even though it's the living book, they're not protecting it. It's thrown everywhere. Okay, gosh. I was born in 74. Let's look at it. Cruising through. Oh, wow. Where is it? Oh, no. This. I have another section. I'll be right back. Okay. That was funny. The other half of the living book. Do you think it's still living if it's cut in half? Of course it is. You could shred it up in little fucking pieces. You can't get rid of the truth. So, in the wonderful year of there I am, I've done my progressions. You count your days. You have little squiggles next to your birth date there. Yeah, you got to have one of those. Know where your planets are. Know where your houses are. So with me, my Chiron, babes, there it is at 23 degrees Aries. So I'm kind of like having a Chiron return right now. There's such a thing as a Chiron return. It's about 3 degrees away with this conjunction, and I'm working on issues that are so intense. And see, the 23 degrees is my Venus in Virgo. I have 23 Venus in Virgo, but it's a quincunx. It's an interesting relationship that Virgo has with Aries. They're kind of like a foreign to each other, almost like an oil water mix. In fact, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's not that they can't mix, right? You can make a good salad with that. You got to shake it up a bit, but no, there's always a difference there. But no, no, it's not a good description with that because the quincunxes are places of learning intensely in a very spiritual way, in a way that you don't learn anywhere else with the other interactions. It's like I said, it's kind of, even though it's an oil water mix anyway, you are benefiting from that realm, which for Aries is it's to heal from Virgo. But see, now when we're looking at my Chiron, wow, yeah, it's in the first house, and so, well, I can backtrack and see when Chiron has been going over my ascendant, and I think that's sometime some years prior. I'm not sure how long it takes for Chiron to go through a whole zodiacal. Pardon me while I'm just thinking in front of your face, and thanks for coming and joining me with me today. And you don't want to let anybody know, but the look on my face lately, I mean, besides that my eyes are going out, but and I do tend to concentrate. I call it concentration, but you see, I've been going through a hell of a lot of pain. Uh, I'm alone in my place. I don't know. Sometimes I talk about it. I feel vulnerable talking about it, especially here. And I feel like that my situation is so unique. I mean, my life is unique, and I can't just run myself through the cookie cutter of a therapist or a counselor that is like, babe, unless you've been through my life and what we've been through, what can you tell me? If I tell you, you're probably going to be fucking frightened. You know what I mean? A lot of people, just me living in the mountains alone is enough for them to throw in the towel, as far as the adventure that you have to kind of relate with to it in order to do therapy on it and say, well, What is therapy? You know, is it really? I just think it's somebody there that listens to you and has feedback from a place that is a little bit more experienced in the confusion that you're experiencing, maybe. And really, if you back way up, I mean, there isn't anything but the confusion of the mind. Mind is, and confusion are synonymous. When it doesn't see past itself, it's going to cause everybody else confusion. In fact, it can cause brain damage in other people being around a fully encapsulated mind who, now, when I talk about the narcissist, they kind of mask that they are struggling with a deficit of, maybe it's learning. See, I don't like to talk about this, you know, because I notice it all around me. And it's like, well, we take our time with these people, right? I happen to think there's a cure. And it's controversial. What I'm talking about is like, you know, this is like the obvious. If we're talking about creating a humane interaction, a human interaction, sorry, a human being, if you know, in nothing else but your intimate relationships really doesn't matter. Who cares? Like I said, I've had past videos talking about who cares if you're a balloon operator, a fucking deep sea diver, you know, you what you do for a living, and the sports that you play, and the hobbies that you do. When you people want to come together like this, the only thing that matters is, can you create a humane situation out of it? And who do you think, who, figuratively, think with me a little bit, whose duty is it to actually create a human being? Say it like that. Any 4-year-old would say, my mommy! I came from my mommy. Who's that? Woman! Woman! Whoops. Here comes a mom. Oh, Jesus, help me! Come with me, my child. I love you. Thank you. Good God, have mercy. The fuck kind of mobbing is this? You people don't even know what the fuck you want. Fighting for what? Killing Jesus for what? What was the point there? I mean, how do you guys justify that at all? What's behind it? Do you, and because what did you find? Is it working out there? Is that what we see? What's working out there? Getting up at fucking 4 in the morning out there, and it's loud as shit, and it's like, why is there still starvation? That's a lot of energy. You know what that is all about? Pure distraction away from what? Who's sitting at home without her fucking IQ? I mean, her fucking IQ is sucked out of her. Hey, there's a rumor that there was like, get rid of those ones that have IQ levels that stand here like this. Jesus! Yes, baby, you're my favorite. Ooh, gosh, is that my hair? Yes, that's your. It's a lot like woolen, like you said. Yes. Well, does not make everybody jealous. They're all fucking jealous anyway. Whoops. Whoa, it's me. Oh, God. Have mercy. I'm not jealous. You do enough. I mean, what is it? I mean, we can admire each other, and of course, we want what each other has. If they have something shiny or something, but then to the nth degree, you know, in the long run, you know, it's like, well, what are you? How do you treat other people's suffering? What does it mean to you? How do you feel about it? I mean, go deep down. This is an intimate question, and a lot of people go and talk about therapy. They go and get therapy because they're like, and they guess who they are? Teachers. We have a lot of statistical buildup of teachers that they go get therapy, you know, because healthy people do that, you know, and sit down, and 80% of them have this troubling fantasy to just the need to torture. You know, for their own good, and it's kind of like what they're doing when they go there. These are narcissists, babe, but they're kind of waking up a little bit, maybe, you know, maybe. That's the statistical study, babe. That's 80% of the teachers that goes in. I think it's 90%. They don't go in there otherwise because they get troubled. And really, that's why they even ended up in that position, thinking that they can have power like that. For money. Oh, you can make money doing this? No brainer. Like I said in my last video, you got to be to be a money maker out there. And what's all the many things you can do? Phew, don't talk about the medical field right now. Talk about that's beyond being a clueless narcissist who's like, what is this need really? What am I really doing? Um, you have psychopaths out there, sociopaths that they understand it's just a takedown. How could I strip you of your soul? All right, patch job, anything. Have a nice day. Anything you need? Not really. Who cares? You know, whatever. We won. Sorry, this hurts. Beating myself up for people still. Aries has to stop doing that. Stop doing that, right? That's what Chiron is telling us right now. You cannot take another fucking scrape over your wound. And humanity has wounds that they're working on. And I'm pointing out, like, whoa, the woman, she bleeds every month through her wound. Jesus, was that something like you were doing? You got it, honey. Don't talk about that. Let's talk about the let them handle the man. Yeah, right. I'm not a biased person, but there's something obvious that's being grossly overlooked, and it's actually costing the very intellectual property, the intellectual belongings, understanding real science of the organism itself, to know itself how it even operate, what it belonged to, you know, the real shit. It's got to overlay fake shit. And welcome to AI coming up. How is that going to work for us? It's a killer, by the way, just like the narcissist. It's binary processing, on-off signals, very predictable, very predictable. And the way that you win, if there's a winning to it, you just get on the higher vibrational frequency. It drowns it out. It just drowns it out. It's like, yeah, we have that, but do you know how to use it right? Why are you creating the illusion of scarcity and then darkness, and it's just dark and light and dark and light? It's really energy. It's about energy that's going a certain way, and if it doesn't go that way, cut it off. Yeah, basically that. And there is I'm not kidding, there's a massive there's an organization of just a few on the top, like Rothschilds, and this is what they found out around the time when Tesla was doing his thing. Computerization was coming in. It was already here a long time ago. Really, this is ages old, babe. This is just another intelligence, which is, it's the mind itself. It's just the mind, and it's not the heart yet. And it's just the mind, what it does, and it's okay. What it does, vibrational frequencies. It's picking up on and off signals, whether it's your hands, whether it's your eyes, whether it's your nose. It's just picking up certain vibrational frequencies, and that's what you're geared to do. Your body is geared to look at and see it in all this certain way. It processes. It's very interesting to think of that, because it is synthesizing, and there's where it's like, whoa, we are one with the universe. You know, you are interacting here, and it turns into a whole different thing when you put your spacesuit down. And you're like, oh, whoa, no, really? No, you know, it's pretty much like when you go to sleep at night, that's where you go. If you've ever lucid dreamed, if you ever did lucid dreaming and you look more and more and see what's there, you're in a fucking simulation there too, kind of the whole universe is. And it's like, well, they're there going, wow, oh wow, she made it to the lucid place. Let's look. And there's always like a Mr. Smith going, I wonder if she's not going to set an atom bomb up. No, she seems to be flying around, and she wants a motorcycle. Whoa, you can meet other people in that etheric world. They're dreaming too. You can go there consciously, very much so. This is what happens. This is what the few know about. The few can be. It's like in between. There's the many, and then see. It's like there's people that would know that and dabble in it and say, yeah, trying to get into that life that knows that. Then there's the many. Then there's the few over here that's like, of course. And we have to create all of this confusion right here, so that these people don't wake up. See, this right here isn't at all the potential to become human at all. This is the controller, like a parasite that says, man, that's an interesting universe. Wouldn't you love to do that? I think it's Satan. Just call it Satan. A loser, a parasite that just says, God, you know, I hate it here, but I want to be here, but I'm here. I want to change it to be. It's like, would you get out of here? You don't even fucking belong here. We're doing happy, authentically. We like healthy things. Joy. Joy like ruins Satan's day. Ever meet a narcissist? They're like, You meet them, they want you on a certain level, and it's like, now are we going to elevate and grow? It's like, no. Their real core starts to show. You're going to have problems. They think that you're leaving them because you're getting better, and it's like, no, why don't you come with me? The fuck is this? And never think that falling back on the monetary system was the answer or the cure. No, that means you have lost the fucking game. That's what's going on out there. Let me tell you again. Try to make you understand. Contemplate it in the comfort of your own home if you've ever had access to just a smidgen of your creative life. Money is what happens to people when they lose their creative life. And there's only two people to run into here on this plane that have a certain style of dealing with the way that they would create from, and say, perhaps. And there's the mind that's stuck in darkness, that's doing nothing but the mind, and that's just a huge distortion, the way that it operates with everything, saying, oh, I'm going to do it this way because. But then there's the heart, really what's connecting all. It's trinary versus binary. Binary processing on, off, which is just fear. And do I exist or don't I not exist? And really, it's just, no, existence is here. Let's see how we can max out like the fucking, just max it out, climax, baby. Take that elevator all the way to the top, and let's see, not just what Tesla did. Did you see what he did? He's saying, you know what? I think that the pyramids were this. Somehow. And then they come up with other things with like anti-gravity. And it's like, well, yeah, that's how the pyramids were built. What about the fact of your vibrational frequency turning molecular and atomic assemblage into liquid right in front of your face, and now you can just kind of, you can 3D print out of any material coming off of the earth, whether it's igneous, sandstone, granite, crystals, and then you can just go, it's everywhere around the earth. Beautiful structures, to the T carved, mathematic. It's a fucking computer. Massive spaceships that used to do this. Now, what benevolence and amazing creations of creators or whatever that knows how to just say, oh, let us see what we can do. Why are you playing this fucking egoic game? What has gotten into you people? Right? Maybe. How do you like my struggles so far? Babe, I know what I'm talking about. And there's something so obvious. It's like, ooh, so when are we gonna see? The science is already here. People are right now they're going, it's just popping up. What? Well, now let's look at Venus. We're talking about Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. Venus was in fucking Aries. Sorry about that. We're late. I'm talking to you about this late, but she did do her meeting up with Chiron. It was all like last month, and so then now we have Mercury going there for the third time. I don't know about you, but I mean, being exposed to something that's like, you know what? It's the crisis of the global crisis. You know, it's not so much the environment, right? Because it can take care of each other. But really, no, you can see that it's being rendered inhospitable by something that's fucking hallucinating a life. If anything, you need to snap into the real movie, and it's like, can you at least stand up for something and fight against something? Be more disciplined than that, than succumb to the enemy and poisoning the shit out of what? Out of the more sensitive people who say, no, out of your leaders. Does that sound familiar? Jesus, were you a leader? Did they fucking poison you or somehow? Nah. I just, it's either poisoning or, capital punishment is like they stick something in your vein. Or, here, let me punch you while I'm saying this. Why me? Well, okay, they stick something in your vein and you die. Or you get electrocuted, or just stick you up on a goddamn crucifix. That's a normal thing. You don't hang a goddamn fucking electric chair from anywhere, your wall or your... This? You don't understand what that is. You're honoring a satanic practice which puts people to death for doing what? just exposing them, really. And they're laughing. They're saying, yeah, oh, and you, by the way, here, put this plaque on there. That's your king. Say you killed your king there. That's how you want us to write our Constitution? Okay. You need to get your shit together. God. Go suck on your grapes. Get all alcoholic. We'll open up every fucking, near every corner market in the United States with a liquor store, and you can just slowly commit suicide with your wine drinking, you fuckers.